Now, many of you already know that previous video we're talking about the tensions between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, which resulted in the shares of Tesla, I think on Thursday, to crash so badly. But yesterday, at least the shares of Tesla went up, recovered. Now, the two best friends are fighting over a credit EV tax that Donald Trump on his new bill scraped it off completely. And Elon Musk, Tesla CEO, is fuming because this new tax EV subsidy or incentive being cut is going to lead into the demand of the EV cars like Tesla in the United States of America to slow down. Now the two parties or the two friends have been throwing some statement onto each other. Trump is even threatening to close off the government partnerships that Elon Musk has with NASA and all that. And Elon Musk, on the other hand, is insisting that, of course, Trump, he is on that president chair because of him. If it was not him, he was not going to be the president of the United States of America. Which it's back and forth, man. There are posts, that are also trending on the streets of social media, which are highlighting that even Trump has started saying that he has been misled by Elon Musk. There is no genocide in South Africa. That thing is not taking place here at all. I mean, have a look at this tweet. Some of these tweets, I think people are editing, but have a look at some of them. It turns out South Africa genocide videos were totally fake. The 49 so-called bull farmers aren't even real farmers, said. Elon showed me Hollywood-level acting. Disgraceful. No genocide. Just another hoax to make me look bad. Mega, right? Elon was wearing a thin. I asked him to leave. I took away EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars and nobody else wanted. that he knew for months I was going to do, and he went crazy. Then this is the one that I think that it was. I don't know if this is real or was edited, but I see it trending on the streets of social media. But anyways, it says there is no white genocide in South Africa, but I think this one was edited. But the other ones that we went through, I think, man, it's something that is very, very interesting to see what is unfolding. I mean, Elon Musk is the one, or is the first man to obviously start feeding Donald Trump, or President of the United States, Donald Trump, with the white genocide, attacking our government, we saw him even writing direct tweets to our president, President Ramaphosa, which now saying this table turning against him of white genocide also puts a very big question to South Africans, because now South Africans are starting to think what is going to happen to those Afrikaners that left South Africa to the United States of America. Because if President Trump and the media is now singing one word, and that is there is no genocide in South Africa, what does that mean to those that have landed into the United States of America? You will know that the first 49 group of Afrikaners landed, I think, a couple of months back. But last week, I think there was another group that landed in the US. And with these tensions happening, I think the refugee visa that they got, it might be revoked. And this is what I said, or this is what people were saying, to say, look, if Trump could threaten President Zelensky of saying that because they are not agreeing, he was threatening to revoke the refugee, of course, status that onto the Ukrainians that flew running away from the Russian war, to say that it will be revoked and they might have to go home. A similar thing could happen to the Afrikaners that were planning to fly, which some of them, like I said, they are already there. And if those refugee status is to be lifted, ladies and gents, they have to come back home. And some of them, as I've discussed previously, they've sold their assets, they've sold their cars, they've sold their houses, they've sold probably some of them their businesses, and having to come back to start from zero just in a space of 2-3 months, it's not good at all. I mean, there are a lot of people, majority of the people in South Africa, black, white, Indian, colored, they are standing firm to say that there is no white genocide in South Africa. But there is that few group of people that still believe that it's happening. And this week, you will know that we spoke of the billionaire who was talking about the fact that there are opportunities in South Africa in as much as there are opportunities in the US. So leaving South Africa for the US thinking that you are going to say get opportunities there and there's no opportunities here. That billionaire Harris, of course, advised to say that, look, that is not the truth. There are opportunities here. I mean, South Africa is it's a developing country after all. And developing country simply means that this country, there is more that is expected, or there is more that can still be done here. Whereas countries like America, though they fall under developed countries, yes, growth is there, but not that much, right? I mean, GDP for America, for developed country, like, if I can tell you, it's expected to grow like what, 3%? 3% is what makes analysts get excited. But for countries like South Africa, countries like China, GDP is expected, what they want to see is for GDP to grow at least by 5%, which is something that tells you or speak volumes of where most growth is expected. So leaving South Africa for the fact of maybe going to look for greener pastures outside, you have to think again. But anyways, there's been some back and forth. I'm here to tell you, to say that, look, things, sometimes this should teach us one thing, and that is sometimes you need not to act that fast. You need to process things through, and obviously because sometimes making decision so fast, it leads into, of course, disruptions, right? And yeah, I just hope they, honestly, in as much as yes, these things are unfolding, I just hope that their refugee status does not get to be revoked. But anyways, let this be a lesson learned to those that still wants to fly down to the US, to say that if it gets to be revoked, then there obviously it's not going to be good. But one thing that I foresee, I don't foresee a lot of white Afrikaners, farmers going there to the US anymore, because of what is transpiring right now. I mean, the tensions, the jabs that are being thrown between Elon Musk and Trump, I just so, sometimes it's just so a bit embarrassing. But anyways, this is what we're seeing, this is what is happening, and I hope it's a lesson learned. I hope for things to cool down, I hope for things to get better. But let this also be a lesson learned to other presidents, to say that you don't just take what someone tells you, no matter how close to you, especially as a president. You need to verify, you need to engage, and make sure that before you make action or you take action, you are taking action based on verified information or verified reports, which is something that will land onto all this chaos happening between us, US, and of course President Trump and Elon Musk, world's richest man. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. That's all from me, and God bless you all.